Today we're going to learn a pelvic drop. Ideally, when we inhale, our pelvic floor muscles naturally lengthen towards the ground. There are many reasons why this breathing pattern can get interrupted. It could be because of stress, because of trauma, because we've been told to hold a permanent Kegel, because we hold in our core muscles all the time, or simply because we hold our breath all the time. So this is a wonderful way to start retraining your breath and your pelvic floor to come into the relationship that you were naturally born into the world with. Begin by sitting on a towel or a pillow like I have here. And first just place your hands on your belly. When you breathe in, ideally, you feel your belly expand into your hands. Try a few. The air needs somewhere to go in your body. What you might not know is also happening is ideally when you breathe in, the air goes into your pelvic floor as well. This happens because of this wonderful pressure piston system in our body, where when we breathe in, our diaphragm muscle, which sits here, contracts down in order to let air expand into our lungs. To try to maintain intra-abdominal pressure constant, the diaphragm contracts down and the pelvic floor also descends down. So when we breathe in, this pressurized system of our diaphragm coming down and our pelvic floor lengthening help to keep constant air pressure within our abdominal cavity. When we hold our pelvic floor in a constant contraction here, or have lost the ability or awareness around allowing it to just kind of lengthen and flow with our breath like the tide of the ocean, we're putting way more pressure on our pelvic floor than we need to all day. So let's try to find that lengthening or pelvic drop in our pelvic floor. So allowing either hands to come towards inner thighs, you could keep hands on belly, close your eyes. First, just feel a few breaths in, noticing how they might expand your belly into your hands. The belly can be easier to relate to at the start than the pelvic floor, but just notice as you breathe in how belly expands into hands. And then bring your focus down towards your pelvic floor, that area in between the bones you sit on, your sit bones. And see if on your breath in, you can imagine that area expanding, descending, flowering open into whatever you're sitting on. Just like belly or ribs expand, pelvic floor also expands, drops towards the ground as we breathe in. Not focusing on the breath out for now, just focusing on that nice lengthening on the breath in. Maybe it's hard to feel any movement here at all. That's totally normal. Sometimes it could help to visualize it with a mirror and begin to see if you see any movement. The first few times you do this, there might not be any movement at all. It might be microscopic. It might just be energetic. But over time, the more on your inhales you send breath down into those pelvic floor muscles, the more expansive they'll become, the more space that will grow in there, the less tension they will hold. So that's a pelvic drop. Try it on your own and let me know what you think.